Hey there, everybody. It's Stacia
Yeah.
Kennedy, and I'm so excited to have Doug Boughton here on the show, the Affiliate Marketing Influencers podcast. And I'm so, you guys, I mean, he probably doesn't even know, but he's been a mentor of mine now for a few months, and I've seen his journey, and some of you may have already seen his journey, but welcome to my show, Doug.
What's up, guys? How you doing? I was just checking out the Facebook real quick.
Yeah. Doug was an actual waiter, and he was working for this restaurant, and he can tell us a little bit more about it, but he basically started helping the restaurant as well. And that I kind of resonate with that because I started working in the real estate field for a realtor, and I started helping him generate leads as well too. So, but enough about us, about me, actually. It's all about Doug today. How did you go from broke waiter to getting into this affiliate marketing, Clickfunnels, building sales funnel world?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's funny how it all works. Like we all gone through the One Funnel Away challenge, and my biggest takeaway was the obstacle is the way, because my biggest obstacle in life so far has been my student loan debt burden. And I took out $56,000 to go to college, and it was a 5-year program. And by the time I was in my senior year, that had accrued to over $100,000 of interest. So it was about $58,000 interest, 56 principal, $114,000 total in the end. And I never even finished college. So for me, the restaurant business was, attractive because as an entrepreneur, we like our flexibility, we like our schedules. We could take off time if we want to. If you guys are watching this here in the service industry, you understand that you get people to cover your shifts, and no other job could do that. And the money's good if you find a good restaurant to work for, better than some degrees. A lot more work though. So that's what I did. I served for almost a full decade after college, trying to pay off my student loan debt, but it was never enough. I've always had multiple jobs and trying to find different streams of income to pay off that student loan debt. So I was always looking for new marketing opportunities. And I've gone through a lot of them over the years, but eventually stumbled upon ClickFunnels and just started making landing pages for my other marketing things that I was doing. Built my own website with ClickFunnels, which I know isn't a thing people really do, but I've built websites with ClickFunnels. So I built a restaurant that I worked for, a website, and I put their menus online. I built a review capture form to take the bad reviews offline. I set up a birthday campaign, a anniversary campaign. We had a master email list. Now we could do events, which was really cool because when I first started working there, he would throw a wine dinner, book a band, order all the wine, and then no tickets would sell. And I'm like, that's a problem. And then I have to cancel, pay the band still, return the wine. And I said, if you had an email list, you could sell tickets out immediately. So that's what we focused on, and we started building that master email list. And in a few months, we had 2,000 people on that email list. So now when we do beer dinners, whiskey tastings, wine dinners, dance nights, whatever it is, we could just write one email, and he would sell tickets out within 2 days. So I saw the asset and the value of having an email list, and we did that all through ClickFunnels.
I always tell people, yeah, that's the number one asset.
Yeah.
And even if you're just getting started, it's okay. I always think people always say, well, I should have been, could have, would have done. Just get started today, yeah. Right? Now you know. Yeah. So tell us a little bit more. Actually, lately, what's been coming on my mind is the mindset, right? And I think you're heavily into mindset and things like that. What was your mindset before? Obviously, we were kind of ingrained in that you need to work your 9-to-5 job, go to school, get a great job. Where were you at? How were you brought up in that mindset?
Yeah, I mean, I was scraping by. Like I said, I had roommates, I had 3 jobs, whatever I could do to make the bills work. And that's what we do. We survive, and we're taught to survive our whole lives. And you don't believe that you could go out there and make $10,000 in a week or more. And it's just because of what we've been conditioned to do. We do it our whole lives. We work. And even like when I started to have success, like I started like taking steps back, I remember, and kind of like slowing down the roll a little bit. Like I'm having too much success and I'd like hinder myself, like my own obstacle. Like it's just human nature. But what I've realized, like after I left my job in November 2018, this past November, and my whole idea was like, hey, I already have this one client, my employer. Now I could go get other restaurants and people that will pay me to do this for them. I did that. I had about 8 clients, and no one wanted to give me content. No one wanted to pay me. So I really struggled. Like at Funnel Hacking Live, I was negative in my bank account. This is like late January, early February. But I made it there. But watching these people cross a stage for $1 million and like talking to them and hearing their stories and what they've done to do that, they had real plans. They were like, okay, like I need to do this. If I wanted to do $1 million, I need to have $1,000 course and sell to 1,000 people. I'm going to sell 200. I'm going to have affiliates sell the other 800. They had real like solutions to like how they're going to hit $1 million. And like it made it sound so easy and like achievable. And then when you start doing the math and you start thinking about everything, it's like, yeah, it really is. Like, and I'm not there yet, but I know I'm gonna hit 2 Comma Club in the next coming years, or maybe hopefully even a year, with what I'm working on. But you set up a plan and then you work backwards from that plan and know what you need to do this month, this week, today, and like this hour focused work, which I'm trying to get better at myself, but it's really cool. So I think just seeing people do that for themselves, like opened my mind to the idea. And I came home and I just got to work right away, just started working on it.
So you came home and, you know, most people that like, you know, when they go to events like this, they get, you know, it's really exciting. You feel like you have all this energy, you got all these notes. What was the plan? Like, walk me through, like, what did you first do when you got back and got started?
Well, I had the Facebook group already. Had already gone through the One Funnel Away Challenge one time. And I actually, at the event, I'm looking to see if I have these cards. I made these cards. I was handing out cards with my offer for One Funnel Away Challenge on it. And I sold, I think it was almost 200 people in the One Funnel Away Challenge while I was at Clickfunnels Funnel Hacking Live event. So not all there, but online and there. Just from a little business card, walking around with my offer and my website on it, because I was there and people were like, oh yeah, what's the One Funnel Away Challenge? I'm like, you're at a Funnel Hacking Live event, you don't know what One Funnel Away Challenge is? I ran to the FedEx. I walked out of Dean Graziosi's. I ran to my room, made these cards. There was a FedEx in the Opryland Center, printed them, and then just for the rest of the week handed them out. But when I got home, my focus was One Funnel Away Challenge. I'm like, wow, like I didn't realize you can make that much money that quickly from promoting the challenge, which is $100 to join. And it's the best training ever. Like if you guys haven't done it, you should. Especially now with the affiliate bootcamp that they're tying to it as well to get the free interviews. But my plan was to focus on promoting that heavily. They announced the contest, and I remember actually writing in the Avengers group. I could probably go find it if you type in my name. I was like, what do you think you have to sell to be in the top 10? Because top 10 go to McCall. And I really wanted to go network and mastermind with the top 10 Clickfunnels affiliates for the One Funnel Away Challenge. So I set a plan out to do that, and I created the offer. I perfected the offer, I should say. Then I filmed a webinar. I pinned it in the pinned post of my Facebook group. And then everybody that joined my Facebook group, I was sending them to that. Say, hey, welcome to the group. Here is my webinar. Check this out. It's a free training, blah, blah, blah. And that whole webinar was designed to pitch and sell One Funnel Away Challenge with my offer. So
awesome. And so what are the numbers now? I think the last time I saw it was 46,000 in 2 months. What have you been?
Oh, so I'm coming up, I'm at almost $100,000 in affiliate commissions. I'm like 1,000 away right now. So I'll probably hit it like today or tomorrow from late January. So it's about 5 months.
5 months. Awesome. 5 months. And you're very close. Well, you actually already hit. So if you guys don't know, a Clickfunnels affiliate program, you get a $100. I mean, for the first 100 subscribers, you get a $500 bonus, and then the next 100 for total 200, you get $1,000 bonus. So you actually already made the dream car the first half.
Yeah, so I've been shopping around actually. I'm looking at cars now as we speak. I've had it for like 3 months now, but I've just been putting it off, going out car shopping and getting all the paperwork done.
Awesome. So what was your dream car? What are you looking at?
I'm actually looking at Range Rover right now. They're so nice, but honestly, like I was gonna wait till I hit 200 because after like insurance and everything, it's over $1,000. And for me, like I have a nice car and like it runs and it's paid off. And for me, I like, can't justify the extra $700 for the $500 stipend. But I might settle for something less for now, I guess. I don't know, but the Range Rover catches my eye a lot on the road.
So it sounds like you actually, you're financially like want to get on top of things. What came over you, about, I mean, people talk about, paying off their this and the Dave Ramsey thing. Like what, was there something, an incident in your life that made you like get serious? Like I need to get this shit.
Oh yeah, definitely the student loan debt. I just posted last week or 2 weeks ago, I paid off my grandmother's student loan. So when I went to college, like my senior year, I couldn't get another co-signed student loan to finish my senior year. So she co-signed for me, knowing that in the back of her mind, like, what if I don't get a job? What if I don't finish? What if it affects her credit? And it did all of those things. Like I really messed up her credit for a long time. I wasn't paying my student loans when I first graduated, things like that really hurt her. I said, when I'm able to, I'm paying off your loan first. So hers was about $15,000. And over the years, it accrued more interest. So as of like a few weeks ago, it was like 14,000. I paid that off in full. So I'm just like, every time I get that 15th of the month or the first of the month, I get that big check. I dump at least half of it into my student loans.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That feels must feel really good to do that.
I can't wait to be paid off. It's close. We're getting closer.
So I know I probably go on tangents here, but let me go back to the steps so people can actually get like, actionable things. So you did a webinar. Like, did you perfect that webinar, or you just did it one time and then kind of started growing the group? What was your action?
Yeah, so the webinar, I probably filmed it. I've done like 3 different versions of it, but I always just kept it like in the group pinned. So I've made, every time the One Funnel Away Challenge comes around, I make a new offer of some sort. I perfect it. Because you have to find out, like, what do the people really need that are going through the challenge? What's going to help them most? Not softwares and a bunch of other things, like, which is helpful, but it's not really helpful to a newbie. They need something like guidance, mentorship, and accountability. That's probably the strongest offer you could create. And then as time went on, I've turned all those videos I created into like a mini module series where they could just go back and watch the replays of my notes anytime they want. So yeah, each time it goes by, I just try to find out like what was missing that last round, like what could I help them with more, and then make that a bonus or an offer saying, hey, if you sign up with me, I'm going to give you this kind of help. And that becomes attractive to them. So yeah, I mean, I haven't done the webinar in a while. I was thinking about doing one this week just for the closeout. I mean, the last day to promote it is on the 16th. So we have like, was it like 5 days left?
Yeah.
And I want to keep that #1 spot in the leaderboard, which I got, which is just crazy. So I was thinking about doing another webinar this week, actually, but all I do is follow the perfect webinar script by Russell Brunson. It's genius. It works. It's just, some people are like, why'd you do a webinar for a $100 product? But it's because people like to watch and see the story. Then I don't drag anything out. I'm like straight to the point. I try to get to the points as fast as possible. But yeah, it's fun and it works. So
yes, it definitely does work, because when I first saw yours, I just basically was like, I can do this too, and duplicated the whole thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, and I saw you did that. You had some success with that too, right? In your group and doing the webinar. Yeah, it works. Yeah.
The webinar does work, and yeah, I just saw and then made it my own, add my story in there. I need to do another webinar too. It's fun. I like it. I think that works. I mean, and I go live here on my Facebook page. So all of this organically. Tell us a little more about that, because at some point, like even I'm like, man, I should probably really get into paid ads, but I don't. So
yeah, every time I try to do a paid ad, and it's been a long time, it's been at least 5 months since I tried a paid ad. but I always just flopped, like, and I spend a couple $100 and nothing. And I'm like, I'm not doing the paid ad strategy. Like, I just feel like for me, I'm like, now I'm really just turned off by it. And I know I need to revisit it. And now that I have a working offer and a story, I could probably have some success with it. But for me, it was all organically through Facebook. We all know basically creating your funnel, which if you don't know, it's your cover photo. Utilize that real estate space as a lead magnet or an offer to have people join your Facebook group. And as they joined my Facebook group, I gave them a cool offer, like a free course or template, something like that that would benefit them, that they're getting value right away. And then from there, I created the webinar, pinned it in the pinned post, which is a post at the top of your Facebook group. And then Facebook has this cool thing where you welcome people and it pulls all their names and tags them. And then you can just say, hey, go check out this free training, give them the offer right there in the welcome post, and drive all that traffic to that. When you have a Facebook group that's pretty much growing from the suggestion bar, like 20 to 50 people per day, that's 20 to 50 leads that are going to be watching your webinar every single day organically. So no matter what you're doing, if it's affiliate marketing or course creation, agency, or maybe you want to help realtors or help other things that you have experience in, everyone should structure their organic profile that way, I think, no matter what your offer. It's all the same thing. And if you haven't, go through the challenge, the One Funnel Away challenge. It'll help you kind of figure out your audience, your offer, your messaging, and everything there too.
Awesome. Yeah, that's key points, guys. Making sure your personal profile is on point. Drive them over to your offer or your community so you can, help them, educate them, and build community in that sort, and send them what they need. So let's see. In your Facebook group, I think probably people are. You're actually really active and you're doing a lot of live streams. What other tips can you share with people? Because they might get stuck and be like, well, what do I post in there? Okay, I'll start all this stuff, and people get started, they create the Facebook group, and then they're like, what do I do now?
So in the beginning, I really struggled with that. I didn't like getting on camera. So what I did was actually created slide presentations. So I would just go to Google Slides, create slides. And these slides were basically the One Funnel Away challenge recap. So every day, there's at least an hour or two of video you have to go watch. And it's a lot of training for someone that doesn't, especially people that work full time, it's a lot of time commitment. So I would basically sum all of those things up into little notes and do like 15 to 20-minute recaps each day. And that's all I did. So I just consumed other people's content, made notes, and then presented those notes in a presentation style format. I did that for 30 days and I got really comfortable after that. And like, you could do that with almost anything. You could buy a book, read a chapter in the morning, make a little sheet, like a document, and just walk them through it. Just, you don't have to be on the camera. Just, you be the little guy in the corner, you know what I mean? Or you could hide it. It doesn't matter. And eventually you could become the face like we are now. But I think it helps. People like to see that visual aid too. They want to see like the notes written out, and then you can share the notes with them. So things like that become really valuable really quickly, and it's easy to do.
Yeah, learn, do, teach, and then you've got a bonus right
Love
there,
it.
right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I took all those videos and used that as a bonus. So now you have content that you could give out. So
yeah, you just need to know just one little thing more than everyone else. I think a lot of people, tell me like, oh, I don't think I'm an expert, or they, get in their head about, I call it the imposter syndrome. They don't think that they're, qualified. What do you think are some of the other things that hold people back that get started with the One Funnel Away challenge?
Definitely overwhelm. Somebody said it perfect the other day. They sent me a message and say, Doug, I need help. I feel like I'm in Times Square for the first time, living in the woods all my life, and everyone that walks by is an offer. And just it's offer, and they all look amazing and beautiful, and I don't know which one to go after. So I'm like, damn, that's a good analogy. And that's how people feel. They just feel like all these offers are awesome, but they don't know what they need. So, and that's like the thing. Like I've been trying to think of how to solve that, but it's really within them. Like you need to do some digging. Like you have to figure out like, what is that? Like read Expert Secrets, because it's going to help you like think of those like things, brain dump all the ideas onto paper. And there's questions that could help that. And, they say, Questions bring revelation. Like for me, Stephen Larson asked, do you want to be known for that? At the time I was doing credit repair and talking about debt relief. And I said, no, I don't really want to be known for that. So I changed everything I was working on to Clickfunnels. And I love Clickfunnels. So it's something I can be passionate about. And, you know, but yeah, I think that people need to find out what they're good at, what struggles they've been through. And if you've been through struggles, other people have too. And when you talk about those stories and getting from here to over here, making that transformation, people want to know how to do that, and they're going to follow you because of that. They're going to want to watch you do that. So document the journey. It's all relevant.
So what were you thinking when you started documenting your journey and screenshotting that negative in your bank account?
Yeah, well, I just saw so many people like taking pictures in front of cars and like renting cars and houses, and like I knew like I don't want to be like that. Like I'm not that kind of person. And I thought it'd be more helpful for people to see like exactly where I am, because 90% of marketers are there living week to week like I was, and you know, sometimes negative in your bank accounts. It just happens. And I said, I knew where I was going. Honestly, at that point, I already knew that the commissions were coming in. I was in that 30-day grace period of waiting to get paid out. I saw the potential. I knew like the things I had in place, and like I knew it was just gonna keep going and going. So I'm like, I'm gonna document this journey right now. And in January, yeah, it was negative 414, 401 account, or is 100, yeah, 414 one account, 40 my personal account. And that sucked. It was really rough. But again, I had that affiliate commission, that first round of OFA sales coming to me soon. It made my first $1,000 day, my first $10,000 week. And like, that was crazy. Like it still is. Like I look at my numbers some days and I'm like, man, this is crazy. And it's just starting really. Like people like Spencer Meekum, they've been doing this for a couple of years now, who have hit $1 million in ClickFunnels affiliate commissions. Like that's my next goal. I would love to hit 1 million affiliate commissions.
It's all about who you hang around with, I think. And
Yeah.
that's exactly why I'm interviewing you.
Yeah.
And I notice you've been participating, you've been investing in yourself as well. It's not just about making all this money and paying off your debt, but you're also doing, investing in yourself. Can you tell me more about that?
Yeah. So I invested in a program for $5,000. This is probably, actually at the time, he was asking for a down payment. I had to show my bank account. It was $400. I'm like, I need 200 of this for groceries. Excuse me. So he's like, all right, give me $250 down and we'll get you started. So then I made the full payment a week later, and he helped me, excuse me, I got a tickle. Mm-hmm. Helped me launch my course. So from that $5,000 investment, he kind of like tweaked some things I was doing, and we did a $34,000 launch in like 3 days. And I have nothing created yet. I'm building out that beta launch now. So I joined his year-long mastermind for $25,000, which we get together every quarter of the year. We're doing an international sales retreat. I get weekly phone calls, monthly phone calls, one-on-one. Like the other call the other day, we like looked at how we set up bank accounts, like stuff like you, like no one really shows you. It's like, hey, you have to have it this way. And like talking about bookkeeping, accounting, legal stuff. It's really helped me, and like kind of, I've never spent $25,000 on anything. Even college, I mean, I took out loans for that, but.
Yeah, that's someone's salary for a year.
Yeah. But for me, it was like, I'm going to be surrounded by these people who have done exactly what they've already done for themselves. And now I get to learn and avoid the hard obstacles that they had to go through to learn that stuff. So I thought it was a great investment. I'm really happy so far. We just started last week for the full year program.
Awesome. Yeah, Tony Robbins always says, if you want to go somewhere, someone else has already been there. Duplicate that.
Yeah.
So I'm very highly recommend investing in yourself. I'm invested in a lot of different programs. And one of the things though is sticking with it, being really serious that you're going to finish that program. Even as simple as $100 investment in yourself to a one funnel away challenge for 30 days. Stick with the program. You can't really say it didn't work if you didn't do the work. Yeah.
And it's like, for $25,000, like most people pay even for a $1,000 course, like they won't even finish it. It just blows my mind. But for an investment like that, it's like I think the reason like I had that success so quick because that $5,000 investment, that's the most I ever spent that time too on anything like that. And it's like, oh shit, I need to go make that back. Like, so it fires you up. It really gets you burning. So
yeah, sometimes we need that push.
yeah.
Awesome. So I before I let you go, last question, any advice that you can give for someone who wants to get started in affiliate marketing or creating their own, getting started online, just, what would you share with people?
Yeah, right now, I I haven't gone through all the interviews yet, but the affiliate bootcamp interviews just sound amazing. It's 15 super affiliates. They map out their day 1 through 100. Go find one that resonates with you most and just follow their journey and what they did and what they say they would do again if they had to start over, if they lost all their affiliates, right? There's so many different strategies, and I would say focus on one, preferably organic until you have like a good message and a story that's already converting organically. Then you could go put some ad spend behind it. Like a lot of those guys talk about ads, but I would pick one like, sometimes like SEO is a little bit longer. YouTube channel could take a little bit longer. But for me, it was start a Facebook group and just like commit every day, show up, do some trainings, reach out to people, message them, ask them to join your group in exchange for some kind of value offer that you have. And if you have no idea like what you could do, just start and document the journey. Say, hey, I'm a new affiliate marketer. Here's my background. Here's some struggles I've been through. If you resonate with that, here's my group. And like the hardest thing I think for most people is like going on their actual wall, like their personal Facebook profile. And for me, that was like, it used to be my family and my cover photo, and now it's just like billboard, But for me, it was like my friends and family weren't paying attention to what I was doing. And now I actually have something that's an asset to me, building my email list. I have someone to make offers to. And yeah, I would say just start a Facebook group. If you're uncomfortable on camera, do presentations. You can have a lot of success really quickly that way.
Awesome. Last but not least, what are you working on now? Where can people find you if they want to learn more about you and what you're up to?
Yeah, sure thing. So I have a Facebook group called Sales Funnel Mastery, 5 Ways to Monetize ClickFunnels. So I have an online course. I give actually a free course to anyone who joins my group. It's about 18 lessons of straight to the point, usually technical tutorials. And then I'm building out the full course right now, 6 additional modules that will be launching actually in the next month. So I'm really excited for that.
Awesome. I'm excited too. Thanks. You provide a lot of great value in the group. I jump on in there as well too once in a while. And, I'm thanks for believing in me too. So I think that you make a lot of people feel welcomed and give them a lot of value. Thanks again.
Yeah, I appreciate you for having me. Thank you, Stacia.
Thanks, Doug. Thanks, everybody else here who's been watching. Ask any questions in the comments below, or I'll link up Doug's group as well too. You can ask questions in there, and we'll see you on the next video. Much love and aloha.
See you guys.